Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm sure you guys have been enjoying the series of videos. Today I am going to be doing the poem Once Upon a Time, written by Gabriel Okara. You will get to listen to the biography of the poet, watch a short drama by my students, and also listen to a critical analysis of this poem. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel, share this video, hit the notification button to know when I upload more and more videos, because I will be uploading more and more videos. Thanks so much, you guys. I love you. Do enjoy this video.
Meet the poet. Gabriel Okara was a Nigerian poet and novelist. Born on the 21st of April 1921 in Yanagua, Bayelsa State. Some of his famous African works are The Voice, The Fisherman's Invocation, The Dreamer. Okara's poetry is based on a series of contrasts in which symbols are neatly balanced against each other. A good example is piano and drums. The poem Once Upon a Time illustrates the crisis in indigenous culture brought on by the influence of Western civilization. Gabriel Okara died on the 25th of March 2019. Now the poem.
How did we get here? Sit down, my daughter. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, they used to laugh with their hearts, and they used to laugh with their eyes. But now, they only laugh with their teeth, set behind my shadow. There was a time indeed, daughter, they used to shake hands with their hearts. But that is gone, daughter. They only shake hands without their heart, while their left hand sat with empty pockets. Feel at home. Come again, they would say. And when I come again, feel at home. Once, twice, and there will be no tries. Then I find doors shut on me. I have learned so many things, daughter. I have learned to wear faces like dresses. Home face, house face, office face, street face, cartel face, with all their components.
Son, I have learned to laugh with only my teeth, to shake hands without my heart. I have learned to say goodbye when I actually mean good radiance. I have learned to say, oh, I'm so glad to meet you, when I'm actually not glad at all. I have also learned to say, it was nice talking to you, when I was actually bored. But believe me, son, I want to be what I used to be. I want to unlearn all these muting things. Most of all, I want to relearn how I used to laugh, because my laugh in the mirror is like a snake fangs. So, show me, son. Please show me how to laugh and smile. Once upon a time, when I was like you. Fantastic poem by Gabriel Okara. So what do you guys think? Did I try? So this is the poem Once Upon a Time, written by Gabriel Okara. Even from the title of the poem, you should begin to have an idea of what this poem is all about. The poem talks about the effects of colonization. Now, I need to quickly explain something about African poetry. Over time, I have noticed that most African poems revolve around some major themes. And one of the critical themes that revolves around African poetry is the effect of colonization on Africans. Okay, so now the subject matter. Once Upon a Time, written by Gabriel Okara, is considered to be a narrative poem. It's a narrative poem because it actually tells a story. Even from the title of the poem, Once Upon a Time. It is also considered to be a satire. Now, a satire is a kind of poem that uses humor, irony, or exaggeration to criticize something or someone. We see the poet criticizing the manner and the style of greeting. Now, personally, I'm going to be analyzing this poem in 3 major parts. This poem is written in 7 stanzas of varying lines. Now, the first part is the problem at hand. The poet begins to inform his son. A father is informing his son. This was what used to happen in the past. In the past, people laugh with their hearts. People laugh with their eyes. But that is no longer happening now. Now, people laugh with their teeth. Now, this shows a loss of innocence, a loss of sincerity. A lot of people now are hypocritical. A lot of people now are not genuine. And this is the effect of colonization. Gabriel Okara feels that before westernization, a lot of people were genuine. A lot of people were sincere. But now, people no longer laugh with their hearts. It begins to identify the problem and the effect of colonization on Africans. Now, the second analysis talks about the effect of these things. You see that the poet has actually conformed. He said, now, I wear different faces like dresses. Home face, office face, cocktail face, different faces. Now, the poet himself, or the father in the poem, realizes that he has actually conformed to the style and manner of what is happening now. He himself is no longer genuine. He himself now begins to laugh with his teeth. In fact, he goes further by saying, when I actually say goodbye, what I actually mean is good radiance. When I say, oh, I'm so glad to meet you, I'm actually not glad at all. But the interesting thing, which is the third part of my analysis, which is considered to be the resolution of the poem. I like the fact that Gabriel Okara got to a point of resolution. He said, but believe me, son, I want to unlearn these unmuting things. This is one thing I like about the poem. There was a resolution. Unlike New Tongue, where Elizabeth just stated the problem. For Gabriel Okara, he was humble enough to identify that for him, he wants to unlearn all these unmuting things and begin to relearn what used to happen in the past, how his relationship was genuine. It states that, it says, because I discovered that my laugh in the mirror is like a snake fangs. It has gotten to that part. And then he concludes the poem by saying, please, son, show me how I used to laugh and smile once upon a time when I was like you. Now, the poem, like I said, there's a big use of contrast. It compares what happens in the past to what is happening now. In the past, there was genuine love. But presently, in fact, this poem is really, really relatable. Currently in the society, a lot of people do things just because of what they will get. A lot of people do things just because of what they want. A lot of people are not genuine. You know, he said, there was a part in the poem where he said, they will say, come home, feel at home. And when I come once, when I come twice, they are no longer comfortable. But back then, when, you know, before the arrival of colonization, this was not, you know, people were genuine. People will come to, you know, a lot of people will come to each other's house, they will sit down, they will eat, but that does not happen again. It's so sad. You know, like I said, it's a critical analysis. I just, you know, I was wondering, when Gabriel Okara or the father was telling the son, please show me. And then I begin to ask myself, is it the same son that was born into modernity that will show the father? Is it the same son that didn't even experience what it was like in the past, that will show the father how to be like a child again? That's just on a lighter note anyway. So the subject matter is it's a straightforward poem that talks about what used to happen in the past and what is currently happening, and how it has affected the poet's personnel. What are the themes of the poem? We have the theme of loss of innocence. We have the theme of loss generally. We have the theme of cultural shifts. Just like we had in New Tongue, there is a theme of cultural shifts. The past, the old culture is beginning to fade away, and then the new culture, the modern way of doing things is gradually moving in and taking away our innocence. So we have the theme of loss of innocence, we have the theme of loss, we have the theme of cultural shift. And then what are the poetic devices in the poem? We have metaphor. There was the use of metaphor, laugh with their teeth. There was the use of simile, because my smile is like a. There was the use of repetition. And you know, repetition is when you keep saying something, a word or a phrase, for the sake of emphasis. And there was the use of contrast. There was the use of irony. It is ironical that the poet who once condemned the ways of modernity now finds himself behaving like the Europeans. So that's ironical. So I like the poem because, like I said earlier, it's relatable. This is what obtains now. And then the poem, there is the use of morals. There is a lesson to learn here. And the poet's personnel seeks that we go back to how things used to be once upon a time. So we should go back to how we were genuine. We should go back to how things, the way things used to be in the past. I really wish things can go back, the way it used to be. So this is the poem Once Upon a Time. I've talked about the subject matter, which tries to compare the past with the present. I've also, the mood. The mood is that of sadness. The poet's personnel is sad. He is not happy with the state of things. I've mentioned the poetic devices, and I've also mentioned the themes in the poem Once Upon a Time. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. Please drop your comments. Let's talk. I want you to also share your thoughts, share your opinion. Let me learn from you. Let me learn one or two things from you. Please do not forget to like this video, share this video, hit the notification button to know when I upload more and more videos, because I will be uploading more and more videos. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Bye.